Nick Robinson, are you ready to fall down some goddamn towers again?
I am. Am I going to come through on the other side?
Probably not. Well, there's a quick death. This is not us playing. This is me and I believe Chris Plant of former Polygon fame. He is in red. I am in orange. We're playing Towerfall Dark World. It's the new DLC that just dropped for Towerfall. Probably my favorite competitive local multiplayer game ever.
Honestly, it is up there for me. It was one of those like slow growers on me. Like at first I was like, oh, this is neat, but there's a lot of local multiplayer stuff out right now. And then slowly over time I came to the conclusion that it is like up there with Smash Brothers in terms of depth and complexity and like, oh, it feels so good
and
all the time.
Yeah, it's one of those games that gets better too. The more the better people get that you're playing with, like really high level Towerfall play is incredible. But this is Dark World, new expansion that just dropped. It's $10 on PS4 and Steam, and it adds 10 archers to the mix, one of which is totally new, that red guy you see there. But it also adds a new outfit, a new character kind of for every other color character in the game. So
all of them are they're purely like superficial though, right?
Yeah,
they're not mechanical.
There's no it's all cosmetic. There's no mechanical difference between all the different characters. Dark World also adds a 4-player co-op mode. There was a 2-player co-op mode that was just sort of a horde mode. This is more like a traditional campaign. There's multiple difficulty settings right now. I think we're playing on hardcore mode, which is the middle one, and then there's like a champion mode, which is totally new. I haven't even messed with that because hardcore mode's been messing us up, which kind of follows the same structure where you fight through these different floors in a new tower, and then it ends with a boss fight. So this is one of the new boss fights that we are trying to survive our way through. Some cool mechanics in this co-op mode. You can bump into players to borrow arrows from them.
Okay.
Your arrows carry over from floor to floor, so you have to like try and stay on top of them because you don't want to end up without arrows on a new floor. And the coolest thing is you can now revive teammates. And this is actually a new variant you can bring into the competitive mode too for the team-based modes, but just by touching them for a little bit, you can bring them back to life, which is cool because when you're playing with multiple people, there's no extra lives. You have to keep your teammates alive. You have to get to them and bring them back to life whenever they die, or else you're gonna lose.
Right, because the way that it worked in previous, like the original Towerfall, was once both players were dead, it was over, right? And that's still true here?
Right. Well, no, that's not how it works here. If somebody dies, you can get to them and revive them. And in in the old school vanilla Towerfall, you still had lives, and once you ran out of those lives, then the people were dead, and you could still move on if somebody died, but it was an uphill battle. Here, you have to actually play as a team, and it makes like killing each other even more punishing.
Is a friendly fire on for
Oh
this
my
stuff?
god, yes.
Okay.
And it is the leading cause of death. I hop back into a different co-op match with 3 people later on in the video, so we'll get to there. So here are the variants. There you just saw the Team Revive one. A lot of this stuff was patched in to the game for free, and I just haven't been playing it very much on the PS4 version, so I'm not 100% sure what's new in Dark World and what's already there for free. One thing I do know is new are these 2 new arrow types, trigger arrows and prism arrows. And I've got some footage of those showing them off, but they add some pretty cool mechanics to the gameplay that I didn't understand at first. There's a lot of accidental death going on. 4 new maps in the DLC, one of which, Cataclysm, is procedurally generated.
Yeah, this is so I haven't played the single player of Dark World yet, but I've played the multiplayer, and like, if you hadn't told me that Cataclysm was procedurally generated, I never would have known, because they feel like such solid Towerfall maps, regardless.
Yeah, there's nothing crummy. Nothing I've hit that's crummy so far. It's different every time you play it. There is a seed code that it generates at the end of each match. So if you really liked it, you can write down the seed code, and then instead of randomly generating it, you can pick from that seed and play that same map over again. So this match is lightning quick, but it shows off the prism arrows. If you catch them, you are trapped in a prison and are vulnerable, okay? So if you get hit by them, your body dissolves instantly, which negates trigger corpses. But check it out. This guy catches the prism arrow, which catches him in a prison, and the trap there hits him and kills him.
A beautiful replay.
It's
there.
pretty radical. It's pretty
It's
sweet.
such a good mechanic because you have to treat them like good Towerfall players have been trained for like a year now to dodge into arrows and catch them out of midair no matter what.
Yeah,
In Prism arrows, you have to do it completely backwards, which is so so tough.
If you hit a prism arrow and you catch it, you're going to be screwed for a few seconds. It doesn't last very long. Things can pass into the prison, but you can't leave the prison.
Right, but your arrows can still pass out. So I've been like trapped in a prism prism before, and still managed to kill the guy who trapped me in there and just waited it out, which is also a thing you can do.
This is another new map. We're playing with trigger arrows, which explode after you press the fire button again. So this match, like, everybody just kills themselves. Because, again, it goes against your Towerfall impulse of if you have somebody in your sights, hit the fire button a bunch because they're not going to catch all of them, right? This stage is also radical because of those green floating orbs, which are kind of like the purple orbs in the whatever midnight cult level, except these explode. So when they touch the ground, they explode, and it's a lot easier to get environmental kills with them. With trigger arrows on this stage, it basically just turns the whole thing into like a goddamn exploding nightmare.
For sure.
And it's totally radical. Trigger corpses, of course, probably my favorite variant. But yeah, well placed, like well used trigger arrows are rad because they're basically like GoldenEye remote mines. They're really
and there's
satisfying.
a sort of a hidden mechanic with them too, where if you press B, you can still fire arrows while waiting to detonate them.
Yeah, there's discrete. That's something I haven't quite figured out, but there's discrete fire and blow up buttons, so you can still be shooting and put down more traps on the field. But yeah, the new maps are all pretty rad. Here's the new characters. By pressing R2, you can swap the character model. So you see the two different lasts of the order there.
Oh, cool.
I really like the modified orange player. I forget what he's called. And then
Look at him,
Vainglorious Ghoul is the new red character model. Pretty sweet. The co-op mode, I really want to play with 4 people. Because with 3 people, it's batshit crazy. You saw there very briefly before you kick off the co-op mode, you can add perks and curses to change the sort of experience of the game. I'm not sure if it has any sort of mechanical impact beyond like changing the rules. I don't know if you get like a score bonus. I don't even know if there's a score yet. This is all stuff I'm going to find out as I continue to play this game forever.
Right.
But yeah, it's insane. This game on the harder difficulties, the co-op modes, playing with multiple people, just everybody. I tell you what the hardest thing to do in Towerfall is, and that's not kill other people. And there's so much friendly fire going on. And so many clutch situations where you just have one person alive trying to revive everybody to like save the round. Because you only have a limited number of continues in the co-op mode before everything just sort of ends. So you got to be really, really good.
This strikes me as like such a awesome thing for the weirdos of us who have not stopped playing Towerfall since it came out.
Right, exactly. Like there's new trials too for each of the new maps. Which God, I don't know if I can. I got so deep into it. I got like diamond on all of the trials and started to go for the developer pearls, which are like insane. But so yeah, this is Towerfall Dark World. I'm gonna play Infinity of it, and it's out right now.